It all leads to this moment. It started with stepping out and discovering what you're capable of. Planning your future while learning, serving, and getting a real collegiate experience. Because the place you start can change everything. Itawamba Community College. You belong here.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take you to the field now for today's starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 13, Chloe Skelton. Batting fourth, playing second base, number 12, Aiden Shelton. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 8, A.B. McKay. Batting sixth, number 15, Sophie Gant. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 6, Tatum Berry. Batting eighth, pitcher, number 2, Ava Elliott. Batting ninth, center fielder, number 1, Kendall Bragg. Playing catcher for the Tigers, number 5, Addison Butler. Head coach of the Tigers is Jody Long. Assistant coaches, Kevin Connell and Bobby Robbins. Now, the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup for your Indians. Leading off, playing center field, number 1, Elena Dossi. Batting second, playing right field, number 13, Emery Bodie. Batting third, left fielder, number 8, Victoria Fields. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 19, A.B. Marler. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 22, Kaylin Lynch. Batting sixth, number 9, Maddie Porter. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 20, Ella Duhan. Batting eighth, third baseman, number 17, Taylor Shands. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 18, Grayson Snell. Pitching for the Indians, number 14, Ramsey Montgomery. The Indians are coached by Carson Owens. He is assisted by Madison Munson. At this time, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in Game 1 between ICC and Northeast. A beautiful day for softball. A little warm, but I'm not going to complain as we've got Michael Upton and Coach Andy Kirk in the house with us this evening. And, guys, this one should be a fun one.
Absolutely. Always big when the rival Tigers come to town, and this should be no different today.
That Guaranteed Bank opening pitch goes low for a ball. It comes your way at 156. That's a 156 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in Game 1 between ICC and Northeast. As that pitch missing outside, 2-0 now is the count. This is Ramsey Montgomery that is in the circle here for the Indians. Michael, if when you get a chance, let's take a look at some of the stats on Montgomery, being brought to you by Samstown Market.
Ramsey's been outstanding in the circle for the Indians this year. She comes in with an ERA of only 1.77. She in 21 appearances and 114.2 innings pitched. She has struck out 177, which is third in the country, first in the MACC.
Those stats being brought to you by Samstown Market, and Mantachi's last pitch going for a strike. This is Walker at the plate. She'll foul this one off, and that'll even the count up at 2-2. Coach Kirk, you've been in this game and have a very unique perspective about it. Talk about the emotions of today's game.
That's a big key right there. It's just getting your kids to just calm down and realize it's still a game. Pitch to pitch, not get caught up in all the motion, all the fans being here, and just play ball.
2-2 pitch. It's going to be low for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. I'll get both you guys' opinion on this one today, and Coach Kirk, we'll start back with you. Your Bank of Kelowna keys to victory this afternoon here in Game 1 for ICC.
This first game's going to be with the Ramsey, just controlling her nerves in the circle for us.
Fly ball out to right field. Bodie's going to jog over, and we'll run underneath it and squeeze it for out number 1.
Ramsey's been spot on all season for us, but as we know, she pitched for the opponent last year, so that's a little added, nerve for her just to settle down. All these sophomores saw her in practice last year and everything, and just a little bit more sugar added to this rivalry, as we'd say.
That first out is always a tough one, so probably knocked a little bit of those butterflies out of her stomach there. Now this is going to be Houston at the plate. Takes that pitch in there for a strike. Michael, your thoughts on Bank of Kelowna keys to victory?
Well, it's going to be a good matchup. ICC has one of, if not the best pitching staff in the MACC. They lead in ERA and wins and strikeouts, but this Tiger team has an explosive offense. They bat .367 with a .459 on-base percentage and 57 home runs so far in the year. So great pitching versus great batting. We're going to see what happens today.
0-2 is the count. Pitch on its way, and that one's going to just miss outside for a ball. 1-2 now is the count here to the right fielder, Houston. We'll give you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups in the exchange of the innings here in Fulton. We imagine the crowd will continue to fill up here as that pitch is going to miss low for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss with a pitch to throw away there. 2-2 now is the count.
Houston gets on base a lot. She has 16 doubles, but she leads the Tiger team with 35 walks and 13 hit by pitches.
And only 8 strikeouts. That's an unbelievable ratio right there.
There's going to be a foul ball. They're going to say came off the batter that time and rolled. Actually came back in fair, but the umpire quickly called that one foul.
I think it came off her shin there.
35 walks to only 8 strikeouts. My goodness.
Plus being hit 13 times as well.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
that's 48 free passes right there. That's getting on base a lot for your 2-hole hitter.
So the count will stay 2-2 with 1 out here. We're at the top of the first, no score. Montgomery getting set to deliver the pitch. This one lifted, trouble over the head of the third baseman. That's going to drop, and they're going to try. Nope, they're going to hold her up for 1 as a good job by Snell to quickly get out after that one, and that will drop for a base hit.
Snell did do an outstanding job right there because when it first came off the bat, I thought that was going to be a sure double, and she was able to get there from her shortstop position and get it back in to hold her to first base.
And so a 1-out single now. This will bring Skelton, the first baseman, to the plate here for the Tigers.
she's a power hitter for the visiting Tigers. She has 5 triples, tied for team lead with 10 home runs, and leads the team with 105 total bases.
That pitch in there for strike 1, 1-0, or excuse me, 0-1 is the count here with 1 out. Skelton, then Shelton is on deck for the Tigers. This is 2 important games right here.
Yeah, you look, Coach, look at me. I was reading Shelton's stats, so I apologize for that.
So that pitch in there for a strike. So you want to read the correct stats?
Well, Skelton bats .392, so she's not a bad hitter. She's also a great hitter, and she is tied. Skelton and Shelton are tied with that team lead of 10 home runs apiece.
So rhyming name, similar stats. 0-2 is the count. This one popped back and out of play, and we'll stay at 0-2.
I was looking kind of crazy, Mr. Upton, because I've looked at their stat line several times in their roster throughout the year, and I thought they had 2 Sheltons. So when y'all started saying Skelton, I was like, why are they saying Skelton?
Is it
but
not?
No, it's Skelton on the thing. My eyes were deceiving me to say the lead score.
Well, it could be one of those I could have read the writing wrong. 0-2 pitch on its way. This one popped up back and out of the play. Over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Remind you, if you would like to help support ICC softball, you can do so by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/Indian Club. Simply search softball. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Got her on that pitch moving inside, just swung right over the top of it.
So the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Montgomery. There's 2 outs now in the inning, a runner at first for the Tigers.
And now comes up
Now
Shelton.
this will be Shelton, the second baseman.
And as we said, doing very well, leading the team in bases and tied in home runs. Batting .373 on the year coming in today.
Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count.
You know, that strikeout gives Ramsey 178 on the season. She's number 1 for a season. Most in the season here for ICC in the modern day records. Recently passed Alyssa Clift and Olivia Burns for that number 1 spot.
0-1 is the count. Runner goes. Throw down is in time. No, they're going to call interference. Well, I figured that was going to be the call. The throw was in time, but was in the line of the bag, and umpire wasted no time of calling that one. And Coach Kirk, you being the coach, you know, you looking at that, there's no way you can argue it.
There's no way you can argue, and to be honest with you, I was looking at the umpire at first base because I thought she left early to see if he threw his arm out. But, man, she got a great jump there, and that's what catcher threw it well, but she just beat it there, and, yes, we interfered a little bit.
This 1-1 pitch just missing outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Shelton. So a runner now in scoring position here for the Tigers with 2 outs in the top of the first.
That was a great pitch right there.
This umpire's not being overly generous on that outside corner to right-handed hitters.
And that pitch missing inside, so a little bit too much of an over-adjustment there. 3-1 now is the count.
Shelton she's tied for 9th in the conference with 47 RBIs. So they've got one of the hitters they'd like to have at the plate right here with, you know, runner in scoring position, 2 outs.
And that's going to be a walk. And my mouse is not wanting to work correctly today.
Now, that's one other thing that Northeast does. They're first in the conference with 188 walks and only 118 strikeouts. One of the things in coaching I always wanted is have more walks and strikeouts, but that's 70, if I'm reading right. Am I mathing right?
You got how many walks for them?
188. That'd be 189 now. That's a lot of walks right there. And finding ways to get on base, and that's what you want as the offensive staff, just on-base percentage.
That first pitch finds the edge of the plate for a strike. 0-1 is the count, as this is number 5, batting in the 5th spot, third baseman McKay at the plate here.
Runner at second asks for time to tie the shoe. Home plate umpires allowing for that.
To McKay, she's tied for 6th in the conference with 48 RBIs. That's one thing we talked about, Mr. Upton did, about the offense that they have. They're littered in stats, that's for sure, as an offensive team.
Of their regular players who get lots of at-bats, they only have one player batting below 300.
That pitch missing on the outer edge. 1-1 now is the count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second here in the top of the first. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon between ICC and Northeast. So waiting the 1-1 offering here from Montgomery. And that pitch missing low. 2-1 now is the count.
It's one of the things I was talking with another coach a couple of days ago about this type of lineup is one that Montgomery, she's not going to be able to take a breath. Every batter, she's going to have to just keep going at everybody today.
So 2-1 pitch coming from Montgomery. That one finds the zone. 2-2 now is the count here to McKay.
What about this crowd we got out here today?
Good crowd coming in. I expect as classes get out and maybe chance to eat a little bit. There's more students that make their way out here. See volleyball, women's basketball, cheer, some of the men's basketball team.
A couple men's soccer I think I saw walk in earlier.
So a little bit of representation of all the sports here this afternoon. As 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. That last pitch fouled out of play, and this one lifted out to left field. Left fielder's going to make the diving catch. What a play out there in left by Fields. Big time play there. Unfortunately, just gets out of the screen here on the broadcast. But my goodness, guys, Andy, that's a play that can get a team fired up in a hurry.
I don't think we have the copyrights, but I just want to go da-da. You know, that
Yes.
is a nominee for What I Play Wednesday already right there. My goodness, that is outstanding. That's what you see in this series, too. You see those outstanding plays that people step up their game, and that's what each team's got to have today.
Well, Michael, let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, and let's start with the visitors from Northeast.
All right, leading off, you had number 7, Leah Walker, the shortstop. She was followed by number 11, Bailey Houston in right field. Number 13, Chloe Skelton at first base. She was followed by number 12, Aiden Shelton at second base. And the last out there was number 8, A.B. McKay, the third baseman. When they come back to bat again, it'll be number 15, Sophia Gant in the designated player position. Number 6, Tatum Berry in left field will bat 7th. Ava Elliott, pitching, will bat in the 8th spot. And number 1, Kendall Brigg, the center fielder, will bat at the bottom at 9. Number 5, Addison Butler, is the catcher and in the flex position for the Tigers today.
That's your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for the Tigers. Now let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup for your ICC Indians. ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination, and Coach Carson Owens hopes he has that same winning combination put together here, Game 1 against the rivals.
Leading off for your Indians today is going to be number 1, Alana Dossie, in playing center field. She'll be followed by number 13, Emery Bodie, in right field today. Batting third, Victoria Fields, the left fielder. And in cleanup, A.B. Marler, your first baseman. Batting fifth will be number 22, Kaylin Lynch, the catcher. Maddie Porter, back off the IR in the designated player and batting today. Number 20, Ella Duhan, your second baseman, bats 7th. Taylor Shands, the third baseman, bats 8th. And the bottom, number 18, Graceland Snell, the shortstop, bats 9th. Ramsey Montgomery is the pitcher in the flex position for the Indians.
And that is today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for both teams. This will be Dawsey, Bodie, and Fields scheduled up. It's that first pitch high for a ball. Got some members of the baseball team making their way out to the field now, and they were able to go on the road last night, pick up 2 big wins over Northeast. 15-11 in Game 1, and then 7-3 in Game 2. Reed Kent became the modern-day single-season most-hit record holder. He went 5 for 7, and he has 72 hits on the season. As that pitch missing for a ball, he surpassed Will Verdung. Not a name to sneeze at there. Now with the Emperors in the Rome, Georgia, the Braves affiliate. High A. Is that pitch missing high for a ball? In the circle is Elliott.
Mr. Gore, they have made Coach Long is notorious for this, but he made a change at the plate because they're going to let the DPs go and pitch. It's going to be number 15, Sophie Gant.
Gant, okay.
Yes, so that makes Elliott go be the DP now.
All right, so
he likes doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I remember.
I was wondering why she had no stats.
I also remember another coach that used to like to do that as well.
I learned it from him.
All right, so it is Gant that's in the circle. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. Throw across the ways in time. 5-3 to retire Dawsey. So, Michael, let's take a look at today's pitcher in Gant, who is in the circle.
All right, now they actually have some stats. Number 15, Sophie Gant, comes in with an ERA of 3.69 and 14 wins and 2 losses in her 20 appearances. She has walked 23 and struck out 62.
She's going to ask for time as she ties her shoe here. Those stats being brought to you by Samstown Market in Manatee.
Tell you, Dawsey hit that ball really hard, and McKay made a great play down there at third base.
And, yeah, she was playing in because Dawsey has good speed, and that kind of helped her out a little bit as well. Bodie, I believe, maybe making her second start of her career. She was a member of the women's basketball team. Kind of got a little late to the start to the season, but kind of starting to find her groove. So the Indians hope to see her bat add a spark here this afternoon as that pitch up high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count.
Absolutely. She's only had 8 plate appearances, but she's batting .625 with 5 hits, 9 runs scored, 2 doubles, and a triple, 4 RBI in her limited plate appearances.
This one lifted. Right fielder's going to drift over and will squeeze it for the out. Wynn kind of helped hold that one up for a second. And so quickly 2 away here for the Tigers in the bottom of the first.
Now batting, number 8, Victoria Fields.
This will bring Victoria Fields to the plate. She made that outstanding play out and left to end the first inning. Boy, if she doesn't make the catch, the ball rolls to the fence. 2-run score for the Tigers. So a huge diving catch out there in left. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike.
Fields known for her extra base power this year. She leads the team in at-bats, runs scored, doubles with 19, triples with 5, and that has her tied for second all of the MACC on the doubles and triples.
That one slashed down the line. It goes foul. 0-2 now is the count.
Yeah, Fields has had a tremendous freshman season for us. She's had a lot of clutch hits this year, too.
So she'll dig in with the 0-2 count. 2 outs and nobody on here. Swings on this one, fouls it off, out of play, and we'll stay at 0-2.
Which camera angle are you using right now, Mr. Gore?
Center field.
I was going to say, because you sure not going to see the left fielder because she is one step from touching the left field line.
So she's not even in frame right now. We go to the live or the wide view. She's not even close to being in frame.
Left center is wide open.
There's a shot. Second baseman will take it on the hop, throw it over in time. 4-3 on the putout. So ICC goes 3 up, 3 down in the home half of the first. We've played 1 here in Fulton. There's no score. We'll take a break here. A few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Hey, I'm going to order some overpriced pizza.
Don't do that. Order Little Caesars new Detroit-style slices and sticks for only $4.99.
You can have it all to yourself, human friend.
I'll take one.
Not a coat rack.
Me too.
I am a living, breathing deer.
I definitely want one.
Nice umbrella, bucko. Get new Detroit-style deep dish slices and sticks for $4.99. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guaranteed Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Apologize for that as we're having some technical difficulties. Our mouse for the computer is not wanting to act right, so hopefully it get itself situated as we're back now. As this is Montgomery still in the circle here. That pitch missing for a ball. 0-1 is the count. Gant, Berry, and Elliott scheduled up here in the top of the second.
I'm glad you clarified mouse for the computer.
A lot of people are like, what is that? I mean, we can use the trackpad, but that would be maddening. I would have to, for sure, turn my mic off and make sure you guys were probably 2 rooms away from me if I have to do that. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch in there for a strike, 1-2.
Gant, one of these pitchers that bats for themselves and does very well. She comes in with a .390 batting average, leads the team with 50 RBIs. So she does it all over the field, on the circle and at the plate.
So 1-2 is the count. There is no outs here. Grounder, second baseman gets it. Nice job of floating with the ball that time, as that was Duhan who reeled that one in. And Andy, you've talked about it before. On a field like this, after taking the infield, you know, that ball can take a funny hop on you, but Duhan just did a good job of when I say floating with it, moving with the ball as it came towards her.
She did. Usually you want them to either come get the short hop, but she wasn't going to be able to get to it, so she played back and got a great hop. Just that's a veteran knowing her field, too, being a sophomore.
So 1 away now, as this is Berry at the plate. She takes that first pitch in there for a strike.
Berry is a .289 batter. Playing left field today for the Tigers.
So 0-1 is the count with 1 out, nobody on here. We're in the top of the second inning. That pitch finds the zone, 0-2.
Feels like Ramsey's getting a little more tuned in on those outside corners for this umpire as we move here into the second inning.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here. Montgomery getting set to deliver the 0-2 pitch. That one missing outside. Not a bad spot to miss there. See if you can get her to chase one. Good eye on the part of Berry to hold off on that one. 1-2 now goes to count.
All those baseball players walking in here got a smile on their face. Big old grin. They had a lot of success last night over in Boonville.
Yeah, it was a fun night as that pitch runs inside but misses. Got intense in a little bit there in game 2. The Indians able to rally back, win that one 7-3.
This rivalry, that's the definition of it, is intense. If it's in the dictionary, that would be the first thing it would say, intense. Every sport we play against Northeast.
2-2 pitch, and that's going to hit her. And now they're going to ask if she
moved into it.
He's going to ask the third base umpire. He'll check with him, see if she swung at it.
Well, judging by the third base umpire, his body language,
I don't think he was looking up.
He was already moving to go to that spot, and he's already shaking his head no. Andy, what are they talking about right now?
And he's calling in the other guy to get his opinion on it, which first base umpire is not able to help out really on that. First, now what's crazy is left-handed batter, first base umpire be the one that would be calling it because he's the closest umpire, which I don't agree with that. But that's just one of the softball deals we have.
So basically they were asking if she swung or she moved into the pitch, right?
If she swung, yes, if she swung.
So a hit batter now puts a runner at first. This is the DP, Elliott, as she'll take that first pitch high and outside for a ball.
Tell you, that's one thing that ICC has not done very much this year is hit batters. They've not given away those freebies. They haven't thrown very many walks either.
No, in fact, the entire staff only has 8 hit batters the entire year.
Show Blunt pulls back, takes it for a strike. Does Elliott. 1-1 now is the count with 1 out and a runner at first base in Berry, who was hit by a pitch.
Yeah, those 8, Mr. Upton, are first in the conference. Least amount of hit batters for our whole team.
So the 1-1 pitch, runner goes. Throw down is not going to be in time, as she had a little bit of a hesitation on the throw that time, as she kind of had to frame that pitch. And 1-2 now is the count.
The other thing about Northeast is they're second in the conference and tied for 13 in the nation with 117 stolen bases so far on the season. So they like to run a lot as well.
So waiting the 1-2 pitch. Swinging and a miss for strike 3.
Crowd is fired up and loving that one, Gore.
A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, second of the game. And you said it, Michael. The crowd continues to fill in here, and I imagine this place is going to get rowdy the more students we get here. So now, with 2 outs in the inning and a runner at second, this will bring the number 9 batter, Bragg, to the plate. Swings on the first pitch he sees, fouls it right back at us for strike 1.
Bragg leads this team with a 479 batting average and an 863 slugging percentage. So she may be the 9-hole hitter, but she is definitely forced to contend with.
So 0-1 is the count with 2 outs. A little off-speed pitch in the dirt. 1-1 now goes the count.
Yeah, you don't see people in the 9-hole who are first in the conference in batting average and have 9 home runs to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we talked about this lineup. There's no batters you can take off for Montgomery today.
Yeah, 9 home runs, 14 doubles.
1-1 pitch. That one in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Bragg.
One thing we always say baseball, softball, though, is that pitching is great equalizer. You know, we see it in the playoffs all the time in MLB and stuff. Who's in that circle or who's on that mound can make a big difference, those batting averages.
1-2 pitch. Popped up, foul territory. Marlar giving chase and will make the play.
Amazing play running into foul territory, catching that ball with an outstretched left hand as she crashed into the net. Way to end that inning there.
A.B. Marlar putting her name in the hat for a possible what-a-play Wednesday. As we'll take a break, come back with the bottom half of the second. No score here in Fulton. Back with more right after this.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
I stand alone with fire inside. This heart's a drum. I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guaranteed Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
A.B. Marlar!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here. A.B. Marlar, Lynch, and Porter scheduled up for the Indians. ICC went quietly in the home half of the first, 3 up, 3 down. As Marlar takes that first pitch in there for a strike, and she just made an outstanding defensive play to end the inning. A running catch that carried her into the netting in the ICC dugout, was able to reel that one in. As this one's going to be a hit down the line, blocked by the third baseman, and it will toss over in time. Heck of a play over there at third base by McKay.
Yeah, good job on the recovery after it knocked down, to be able to get down there and get it, get up and throw all the way across, flat-footed, to get out Marlar.
So this is going to be Kaylin Lynch coming to the plate. She's catching here in game 1.
ICC just looking to try to get some base runners here. That's 4 up, 4 down. So let's see if we can get somebody get on base, put a little pressure on the Tigers.
That first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. The ICC's no hits, only 1 hit so far, but a walk and a hit by pitch has put runners on as that pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the second here in game 1. That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Wind blowing into the ballpark, basically left field into home plate. Awaiting the 2-1 offering here. checked her swing. They're going to appeal. What to say she went. Well, the baseball team did not agree with that one, and I don't know if anybody in red and blue will. And I think if you quiz somebody from Northeast with a lie detector on them, they'll say they didn't think it was either. 2-2 pitch. This one popped up left side. Left fielder going to jog in and squeeze it for the out.
Tell you, we've had that wind blowing in from left field pretty much every game, it seems like. If not the whole game, at different parts of every game this season. This is a welcome sight right here.
Yeah, it's good to have Maddie Porter back after a injury earlier on this season. She got worked back into the lineup against Kahoma. The DP today, traditionally been the shortstop, takes that pitch high for a ball.
She was leading the team statistically in a lot of categories offensively before she went out with the injury.
Looks at that pitch high for ball 2. 2-0 now is the count.
Yeah, so Maddie hits a lot of extra base hits, but also last year she had over 40 walks to set the modern day season record in walks. So she finds ways to get on base, and that's what we're looking for the Indians. That's why we're so excited to have her back in the lineup now.
That pitch across for a strike. And so 2-1 is the count. That one follows suit. Evens things up now at 2-2.
Yeah, just one of those freak injuries. That hit by pitch just caught her just in the right spot on that wrist hand area to break it. And
2-2 pitch popped up. It will drift over and get out of play, and we'll stay at 2-2.
Four-legged friend's going to run that one down. Bring it back in. There he comes.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Liner, and it's just fouled down that first base line.
That was almost stabbed out of the air by Skelton there at first base. She made a great play trying to grab that shot, just missed it.
Yeah, had it been a fair ball, she would have made the play on it, or would have assumedly made the play on it. So the count will stay 2-2 with 2 outs and nobody on here for the Indians. Maddie loses that pitch in the dirt. Now the count will go 3-2. So ICC looking for their first base runner of the game. 2 outs, nobody on here. Counts full.
Butler asked the umpire for time to go out and speak, and now the coach is coming out of the dugout as well.
Yeah, that'd be the pitching coach, Bobby Robbins, coming out to get on the same page right here. Either the catcher might have saw something too, where the batter was standing in the box, or what she was doing, or if she's signaling pitches, whatever. It could be anything they're talking about. But I know a lot of times I like for the catchers, if I was calling pitches, to tell me if the batter moves in the box. You can see if they move up or back, but you don't know. It's hard to tell if they move on the plate or off the plate from sitting in a dugout area and stuff. So
that conversation in the circle, the home plate umpire was going to break it up, and they said, no, we're good. You stay put. And now the count will go 3-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on here. Maddie Porter at the plate here for the Indians.
They shifted their defense too. Center field went to right center, and right fielder went towards the line there.
Well, she could put something towards the golf carts. It'll be trouble. Fouls this one off, and we'll stay at 3-2.
Yeah, Dr. Case is an inviting target out there right now.
Yeah, that's kind of where you want to aim. Maybe a little bit more towards the left. Can't tell who's in the cart.
The red cart?
Is that going to be Coach Lott?
It is.
So, yeah, if she could put one towards Coach Lott, might be an ideal situation as that pitch fouled off once again, and we'll stay at 3-2.
Yeah, Coach Lott, our baseball coach, first year, has done a tremendous job coming in here and keeping that winning tradition going for the Indians in the baseball.
They got 2 last night, beat Northeast earlier this season in non-conference play, so 3-0 against the rivals. This one popped up. Center fielder's going to come charging in, and we'll squeeze that one for the out. So the Indians once again go quietly as they go 3 up, 3 down. We've played 2 here in Fulton. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
overpriced pizza.
Don't do that. Order Little Caesars new Detroit-style slices and sticks for only $4.99.
You can have it all to yourself, human friend.
I'll take one.
Not a coat rack.
Me too.
I am a living, breathing deer.
I definitely want one.
Nice umbrella, bucko. Get new Detroit-style deep dish slices and sticks for $4.99. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Now batting number 7.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the third inning. No score. 1, 2, 3 batters due up here. Walker, Houston, and Skelton for the Tigers. Tigers have had their opportunities. They have had runners in scoring position each inning. ICC, though, has been able to get out of those jams as that pitch on the outside for a strike.
Walker flew out to right field in her first at bat. She is second on the team with a .432 batting average, leads them with 64 runs, and leads them with 63 hits.
0-1 pitch, and it skips across. 1-1 now is the count.
We talked about tough matchups. This is a tough matchup for both these to keep their emotions because they were actually roommates last year.
There you go, and you're going to see a lot of more unique situations like that now, the way that college athletics are shifting, or have shifted, I should say. As this is going to be popped up right side, foul territory, out of play. 1-2 now is the count.
That's the truth. Used to it'd be your high school teammate you played against or your travel ball teammate you played against, but now it could be your college teammate one year till you're playing against them the next year. I mean, we see it in all sports too.
Yes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, nobody on here as Walker's starting us off in the top of the third inning. That pitch goes high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count here from Montgomery. Well, Andy, take us through the coaching psychology of right now. You've played 2 innings. You've already seen the lineup one time for Northeast, so they're coming back around the second time to see Montgomery. Where's your mindset now as a head coach? This pitch popped up. Center fielder's going to take a few steps back. Now will basically return where she left from and reel that one in for out number 1.
If you're on the Northeast side, you're thinking, all right, we've had some base runners. We only got the 1 hit, but we've had base runners and haven't got them in, and we know that she can get strong as the game goes on. So those missed opportunities, what you're thinking, ICC, you're glad you got out of them, made 2 great plays to finish innings. So in the first 2 innings, and offensively, we got to get something going. We got to get back in there and hit.
So now this is Houston, who had a single in her only appearance so far here. Time is taken by the batter, and that was right as Ramsey was getting ready to deliver the pitch, so a little bit of a late time permitted there. And that pitch, Ramsey kind of had a little extra on that one.
Yeah, come right back at it after that situation. Just throw that fastball there in the corner.
So 0-1 is the count. There is 1 out. Houston and Skelton due up here this inning. And a hit batter, second time today.
He's going to call her back.
He's bringing her back.
Yeah.
So no, it will not be. And so there will be a conversation.
And he's going to call it a strike. And he's going to say she intentionally stuck that elbow guard, that elbow out of the plate. And Coach Long wants an explanation here for Northeast.
So Coach Long will come out and talk to the home plate umpire in this one, in this situation. And, Coach, you kind of go back. You remember ICC argued that call whenever Barry was hit by a pitch. And it's one of those situations where you might not win that battle, but it might put it in the head of an umpire to watch for it the next time. And it looks like it may have paid off for ICC.
That's exactly right. There's a lot of times that you might not get the call, but you're just trying to keep it in their mind. Hey, keep looking for this. And if you know a team like this hitter, she's been hit 13 times, which is second in the conference behind Duhan for us, that you're telling that umpire when you walk behind him, hey, watch this girl lean out of the plate. Watch her lean out of the plate. Just keep it on their mind so that you get something like that, which gives you a strike.
So 0-2 now is the count here to Houston. And that pitch high and outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. If she swings at it, she makes any type of contact, it's just going to be a foul ball. 1-2 now is the count.
She had a tremendous at bat last time with 2 strikes and got the only base hit so far of the game.
1-2 pitch, ripped foul, and we'll stay at 1-2.
She turned on that one, fired it into the visitors' dugout area.
I tell you, what about this crowd? It's just getting bigger and bigger and louder and louder. It's a great atmosphere out here today.
It looks like the entire baseball team to our right. See some of the volleyball players coming in, and we've already talked about soccer and women's and men's basketball in the house at Pitch High. So it's one thing you love to see, and Andy, I know you've talked about it as a coach, the support that each team has for each other throughout their seasons, something special.
It is very special, and you know, a lot of people don't realize you're the ones on campus all the time. The athletes are here together. They spend a lot of time with each other.
Oh, not sure where that one missed, and so does the rest of the ICC faithful. 3-2 now is the count.
That was a courageous take right there by Houston, I'm telling you. That called a lot of the plate that didn't get called. So it's Ramsey's having a hard time putting her away. Two at-bats in a row.
So 3-2 is the count. This one popped up. Left fielder checked up for a second and then had to come running in. The wind kind of played with that one, but out number 2.
Yeah, definitely caught it there at the end, so Fields had to come in a little bit more than she expected.
Chloe Skelton.
So this will bring Chloe Skelton to the plate. As she will dig in with 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the 3rd inning.
She struck out swinging in the first Renaissance Bank strikeout victim of the day for Montgomery.
Shot to the shortstop, and it's booted. And that's going to be an error right there. Is one of those that Snell would love to have another opportunity on because that's the routine play she normally makes.
Yeah, that's one that you would, even though it's hit line drive, going to be a one-hopper, if you could just attack it just a little bit better instead of sitting back letting it eat you and block it up, kind of like what their third baseman did, knowing the speed if that's a first baseman that doesn't run really well. Just to block it up, keep it in front, you probably still got a shot there.
So this is the 4th runner on the bags today here for the Tigers. Is that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. This is Shelton, who walked and was left stranded at first back in the 1st inning. 1-0 is the count here to Shelton. She's playing second base. Big swing and a miss there. 1-1 now is the count.
Got her crossed up on that one for sure.
Like we talked about, when the Indians get back in here and hit, they'd like to make that play if you could and get off the field quickly because we got to get our bats going here, but not able to get your bats going until you get a chance to come back in and go to bat.
1-1 is the count. 2 outs, runner at first. This one popped up, floating in foul territory. Shands going over and will make the play for the outs, and the Indians dance around a 2-out error. No damage done there. Yet again, another runner left on the bags for the Tigers. Indians looking for some bats. They've been 3 up, 3 down in both their appearances. We've got no score here as we move to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Some overpriced pizza.
Don't do that. Order Little Caesars new Detroit-style slices and sticks for only $4.99.
You can have it all to yourself, human friend.
I'll take one.
Not a coat rack.
Me too.
I am a living, breathing deer.
I definitely want one.
Nice umbrella, bucko. Get new Detroit-style deep dish slices and sticks for $4.99. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
At Bank Okolona, consistency isn't just something we strive for. It's our way of doing business. One bank, multiple communities, consistently here for you. Find the branch nearest you at bankokolona.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 3rd we go. The 7, 8, 9 batters due up. Duhan, Shands, and Snell scheduled up here for the Indians in the home half of the third. Still no score. Northeast has had their opportunities. 2 out of their 4 base runners have been left stranded in scoring position as that pitch to Duhan high for a ball.
She leads the conference and the country in hit by pitches with 17, and that one got pretty close there.
1-0 is the count. Wind shifting now, blowing from center field to home plate. That one high. 2-0 now is the count.
You're exactly right. Duhan's not going to get out of the way. That's why she wears all that gear she's got on now, too. She's got the ankle guard. That's from a foul ball, though, but she's got the elbow guard, and she's not going to get out of the way.
2-0 is the count. That pitch high, nobody on base to worry about there. 3-0 now.
There's 3 in a row that are almost over her head. That time, catcher Butler couldn't even hold on to that one. So 3 straight high pitches from Gant.
That's what we need to work. Just work counts. Work counts up. Crowd getting into it.
And they walked her. The ball for Chance working there. First base runner of the day for the Indians.
Take what you can get. ICC definitely needs to get a base runner, get something going here.
Tell you what it gets going as well is action in the bullpen down there, just starting to move around, loosen up just a little bit.
Yeah, looks like Emma Abrams is down there about to stretch her arm a little bit. Some short tosses with the catcher. We'll give a shout out to fellow that's tuned in to watch us today, Mr. Ed Maxey out in Belden. We appreciate him tuning in this afternoon to watch ICC softball.
We do welcome everyone, and even those that might be watching in favor of Northeast today. So we appreciate everyone that's tuned in here all season long to the ICC Sports Network. Taylor Shands will dig in now for the Indians. No outs and a runner at first. Shands shows bunt, pops it up, and the third baseman charging in makes the play for out number 1.
Well, you don't like to see the pop-up bunt, but also with the runner at first base, you'd like to see the bunt going towards the first base side over there. That was messed up from the get-go, but hopefully we can get something going here.
So now the shortstop Snell will come to the plate with 1 out and a runner at first. Looks at that pitch high for a ball. Yeah, surprised she didn't pull back on that one, especially after Gant kind of struggled to find the zone. And she did throw that pitch high and got the result she was looking for, a pop-up on the bunt. Here's a shot. It's going to be down. No! What? No, it's out of the glove. And now they're going to send the runner to second, and they're going to see if it was a fair ball or a foul ball. I believe it was a foul ball. She caught it in foul territory, but my goodness, what an effort over there at third base by McKay.
I told you before we started the broadcast, McKay reminds me a lot of Skate. Sarah
Yes.
Kate Thompson that played here and is now coaching down at Southeast Louisiana, which is on a 25.
The longest win streak in the country right now,
That
25.
is unbelievable. But, yes, McKay plays so hard over at third base.
That pitch high for a ball, and you're correct. That is a play that if Skate was still playing today, and ironically enough, she's wearing number 8 as well.
There you
So
go.
there you go.
Yeah, the only reason that ball came out is because he hit the ground so hard. It was in her glove. The ground caused that.
2-1 pitch. Runners goes, and that'll be a stolen base for Duhan. The count even up at 2-2.
Number 18 of the year for Duhan. She leads the Indians in the stolen base category. Now has 1 more stolen base than a hit by pitch.
Well, now the Indians needing to find a clutch hit here with a runner in scoring position. 2-2 pitch on its way. Grounder to the shortstop. Throw across the way is in time, and a good job by the shortstop to hold on to it long enough to not allow Duhan to advance there 6-3 to retire Snell. And now we'll flip it back to the top part of the lineup in Dawsey.
Go ahead and get one of those golden 2-out hits. The Tigers not be able to get one here in the first 3 innings, but can the Indians get one here in the bottom of the third?
So 2 away. Dawsey grounded out 5-3 after a great stop on the hot corner by the third baseman. And even though that ball was hit hard the last time that it came her way, that time McKay was charging in hard, anticipating a bunt.
And she's once again charging in there on that first pitch, ready to attack Dawsey the same way.
And that pitch up high for ball 2. 2-0 now is the count. Andy, you take a look at the Northeast pitcher struggling to find the zone. Right now, if you're ICC, maybe your best bet is a little bit more patience at the plate.
A lot of patience. I know Coach Owens is telling be selective over and over.
Ground ball, second baseman gets it, bobbled it for a second, but will throw it over. And once again, the Indians can't get anything going, but they do get a runner on base and leave her stranded in scoring position. We've played 3 in Fulton. No score between ICC and Northeast. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
It all leads to this moment. It started with stepping out and discovering what you're capable of. Planning your future while learning, serving, and getting a real collegiate experience. Because the place you start can change everything. Itawamba Community College. You belong here.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 4th inning we go here in Fulton. Still no score between ICC and the visitors Northeast here this afternoon, as it'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for the Tigers. McKay, Gant, and Barry scheduled up here. Montgomery still in the circle here for the Indians. That pitch in there for a strike.
McKay flew out to left in her first plate appearance, but we've seen her all over the place, very active in that third base position so far for the Tigers.
Yeah, she was robbed of an extra base hit and a couple of RBIs on that diving catch out and left. As that pitch high and outside for a ball, 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, big batter right here. His second time through, seeing right in the middle of the order of Ramsey. Can we get this leadoff hitter out?
So Montgomery getting set to deliver the 1-1 pitch. Finds the corner for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. Now some of the Northeast fans that have made their way to the ballpark not necessarily agreeing with that strike call. 1-2 is the count here. Montgomery looking for her third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Instead, a ball popped up, shallow right, and a nice play out there by Duhan, reeling that one in for out number 1.
Just what you want. You got to keep that leadoff hitter off base, because as we get further and further in the game, you're going to see both these coaches trying to bunt those runners over in the scoring position.
Yeah, ICC's only had the one base runner so far. Northeast had several, but only one by a base hit, others through walks, hit by pitches and errors.
So this will bring Gant to the plate. And she's pitching here, could really help her on cause with a base hit. As that pitch runs inside, too much for the umpire's liking. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on here for the Tigers in the top of the 4th. This pitch fouled off. Now even things up at 1-1.
Big swing there by Gant. Just caught a little piece of it on the underneath of her bat.
Talking about the fans in the stands, we got a crew with tents out there in the parking lot looking on from left field.
Probably smart, blocking a lot of that sun out there.
It is it's a beautiful sky out today.
Yeah, hardly any clouds, more chemtrails in the sky than clouds. As that pitch, outer edge for a strike, 1-2. Now is the count here to Gant. Yeah, wind blowing in today. It is a little warm, but hey, I'll take it.
Most definitely.
1-2 pitch on its way, runs low and inside. 2-2 now is the count here to Gant.
You know, Ramsey only has 2 strikeouts through the first 9 outs of the game, or 10 outs of the game. I expected that coming in.
Yep.
Northeast has seen her, and they don't strike out a lot compared to walking. They battle up there with 2 strikes.
2-2 pitch. And just missing. 3-2 now is the count.
You're right, Coach. They are very patient batters. They do not seem to chase a lot, and that leads to those high walks and low strikeouts. They're a sharp-eyed team for sure.
So the count full now. Here to Gant. Payoff pitch on its way, and it's inside for a ball, and that'll be a walk. Second walk of the afternoon here for Montgomery.
Yeah, the 2-2 pitch, she didn't get the screwball away, which was close. She came back in with a curveball, but just took off and came way too far inside.
So now with one out and a runner at first, this is B. Barry, who was hit by a pitch, was left stranded in scoring position. Or at least that's what I have. Did she steal a base? Yes.
She stole a base and got to second.
Yep. That pitch in there for a strike to Barry.
And I believe when she got hit by a pitch, it was a curveball inside, hit her like in the left hip.
Yeah.
And you see why she is standing right on top of the plate right here.
So 0-1 is the count. Runner at first. There is one out here. Indians would love to find a Little Caesars double play, but instead it's going to be a flare out to left and another diving catch.
Fields once again saving a big out there in left field for the Indians.
By my count, that is 3 for the Indians so far. 2
Yes.
by Fields and left and 1 by AB at first base that have been great plays. And just what you want.
100%.
What you want in this series, you got to have them as intense as it is.
So now with 2 outs, runner still at first. This will be Elliott, who struck out in her only appearance so far. Pops this one up here to the stands.
I was about to do one of these good, color guy type say and say probably ain't got to worry about the runner stealing here. She only got 6 on the season. She's a pitcher, and she takes off on the first pitch.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's one thing that looks like Northeast has decided to do today is be aggressive when they do get runners on the bases.
And when you got the lineup they've got, you can run, and if she gets thrown out, you got a good hitter to lead off the next inning. So, that's been their MO all season. Get people on, they steal, they hit for power.
So 1-1 now is the count. There is 2 outs, a runner at first. Top of the fourth, no score here between ICC and Northeast. 1-1 pitch. And yes, she committed to it. 1-2 now is the count. Couldn't hold off on that one. Good location as a pitch trailing away from the batter. Now the count goes 1-2 here to Elliott. Pitch coming. Second baseman makes the play. Duhan still solid over there at second. Makes the semi-diving catch to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth where to be the 2, 3, 4 batters due up for the Indians. Still no score here in Fulton. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Mr. Palomalo?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
You want my Coke Zero?
Nah.
Really? You can have it. A Coke Zero and
Okay.
a smile.
We're Coke brand managers. Coke Zero stole our taste, and they are not stealing our commercial.
Hey, that was for me.
Is he coming? Is he coming?
Coke Zero has a life. Have a Coke
Hey, kid.
Zero and a smile.
Cats.
Da, 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 da.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guaranteed Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move now to the bottom of the fourth inning. Some people say this rivalry don't mean anything. Well, they're wrong. Had a couple of the Northeast baseball players walk into the stadium, greeted by loud boos from the ICC baseball players. Of course, those two teams met last night. ICC won game 1. I believe the final score of that one was 15-11. And then game 2, 7-3. You can see some highlights from that on today's What a Play Wednesday. 4 home runs in that game. As this will be Bodie starting us off here in the bottom of the fourth. Swings on the first pitch she sees. Hard hop, but the shortstop makes a great play. 6-3 to retire Bodie. And the Indians, man, they're going quietly and they're going quickly.
Yeah, one pitch and had a nice chop. I thought it might have a chance to scoot out into the center field, but great move there from Walker to get over and get a hold of that one and make a quick throw first.
That was like I don't know if y'all like to go and do skee ball.
Yes.
I'm a skee ball. If I ever see one, man, I grab that wooden ball. I like to roll it and stuff, and that's what it kind of did. It kind of like it went up a ramp right up to her, and she got it and got there, because we know Bodie is a tremendous athlete and can run really well. But Phil's going to get us going right here.
So the ball had gotten loose in the northeast dugout. They were wanting them to get it scooped up. Took a minute for everybody to figure out what the umpire was talking about, and they finally found it.
I noticed earlier the third base umpire made them move a bucket that was out into the dugout. So they're being obviously the umpires are policing those kind of things quickly today.
This pitch fouled off, and it'll go 0-2 now here to Fields. She grounded out 4-3 to end the first. Indians still looking for their first hit of the game.
Fields has those 19 doubles. We'd like to see one right here. That is tied for 5th in the season for modern-day records for ICC.
Good eye at that pitch high on the outside. Not a bad spot for Gant to miss. See if she can get her to chase one. She held off on it.
We're talking about so glad to have Porter back. That's who she's tied with. Her season last year, had a tremendous freshman year with 19 doubles.
There's a shot, and it's going to get past the diving second baseman, and the Indians get a hit on the board.
And that is basically through a shift in the defense, Adam, as they were playing her right on the line in left field. Second baseman was playing way over, and she just hit it right past her.
So the Indians get a single with one out in the inning now, and this will bring A.B. Marlar to the plate.
Just what the Indians want. Anytime Marlar comes up, you love to have people on base, because we know the tremendous power that she has in that bat.
Swings on the first pitch he sees, and this is going to drop for a fair ball.
And I was about to say, you can tell by the power she has, because look where the outfield's playing. Everybody was one step away from the warning track, and that's when that ball falls in. I mean, left fielder might have a good – it's going to be a 50-50 play if she's playing regular position to catch that ball, but as far deep as she's playing, the only thing she's catching was a scoreboard on her back.
We'll have a runner coming in here for Marlar, as this will be Morgan Green coming in to run for the Indians.
Back-to-back hits, man. That's exactly what the Indians needed.
We talked about it. The Indians' bats have been quiet. Back-to-back hits, as you mentioned there, Coach. And now, with one out in the inning, you've got good speed on both bases now that Green comes in, and Lynch is at the plate. She has had some heroics throughout the season.
Oh, my goodness.
She's going to wear one.
We've talked about, Gant's misses have been high, and that was another look like it's going to be a curveball, rise ball. He just took off and he caught her right in the helmet, and she's all right by the way she was fired up going down the first baseline.
So now bases are loaded, and Maddie Porter coming to the plate. Well, you talk about a player that is, she's been itching to get back in this lineup. Well, here's a great opportunity for this sophomore to make a mark in this contest. One out, bases loaded here, and Porter will dig in. This is that first pitch high for a ball.
Yeah, before the injury, Porter had played in 17 games, and she had 18 RBIs. She had an RBI over RBI game.
So 1-0 is the count. That pitch crossed the letters for a strike. Porter shakes her head and agrees with the call. 1-1 now is the count. Wind picking up, blowing in from left field to home plate. 1-1 is the count here to Porter. Bases loaded, being brought to you by Max Home here in Fulton. Porter turns on that one, fouls it off. 1-2 now is the count. If you're looking for a job, well, Max Home is looking for you. Visit maxhome.com. They've got locations here in Fulton and also Sulligent, Alabama.
That pitch right there, Gore, I believe Maddie made up her mind she's either going to hit it or it's going to hit her. That ball was way inside.
Big time.
But it's good to see her with that injury be able to get around on that ball.
And this time pops this one up, and should be infield fly rule. It will be, and the second baseman will step underneath it and squeeze it out. Guys, that's a big out there for out number 2.
Tremendous out for the Tigers right there. Just with Porter's speed, you're not going to turn a double play on her, but you just wish you could get something on the ground right there, give you a chance to get that run in. Now we're just going to have that 2-out hit.
Now this will be Ella Duhan coming to the plate. She walked, stole the base, and was left stranded. That was to start the third. Takes that pitch high for a ball.
We know Duhan, she's going to be patient up there as well, and she'll take the hit by pitch. But, yes, looking for that big hit right here. Great position for the Indians to get one.
She's seen 5 pitches. They've all been balls, so she's looking for something she can try to make contact with.
That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Duhan. Playing second base, that's where she's been all season, and she's been solid defensively.
Looks like defense is playing straight up for the Tigers.
That pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Yeah, there is. The left fielder's kind of floating back and forth from the line to her normal position. And it looks like a pretty good. If she can get something over the head of the shortstop, could be trouble.
And center fielder and right fielder keep creeping in as well.
This is going to be a line out, though, as the center fielder right where she needed to be on that one. And the Indians, oh, man, leave bases loaded. First time today they had one of their best opportunities to put runs on the board, but couldn't do it. Great job there by the Tigers to get out of the jam. We'll take a break and be back with the fifth right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guarantee Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Pullen, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
I stand alone with fire inside. This heart's a drum, I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins.
Hey guys, get Little Caesars pizza deal. 2 large pizzas for $4.99 each.
You get a pizza. You get a pizza.
We all get pizza.
For a limited time, get 2 large pizzas for $4.99 each. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set now to move to the top of the fifth inning. Still no score as ICC loaded the bases with 1 out in the inning, but the Tigers did a great job of escaping that inning with no damage done. Now to be the 9-1-2 batters due up. Ground ball, foul ball, strike 1.
Yes, leaving those 3 runners it hurts the Indians, and the Tigers got a little momentum. But hey, can we get 9-1-2? Can we get back in the dugout though and let our hitters have a chance and keep their pitcher? Don't let her catch her breath really a lot, and let us get back out there. But hey, it's gonna be tough with 9-1-2. 9 hitter. Talk about Mr. Upton. She's got some good stats, don't she?
Impressive stats, leading this team in the average, and I believe all of the conference in that .479 average as well. She fouled out on a great play by A.B. Marler, crashing into the netting to catch her out in foul territory in her first plate appearance back in the second inning.
0-2 is the count here. This one's popped up off the netting, and we'll stay at 0-2. And the home plate umpire makes the catch.
Nice play there by Blue.
He bobbled it for a second, but he was able to hang on.
Use those forearms, bring it in like a wide receiver. Just lock the ball in to your numbers.
So 0-2 is the count after that foul ball. See some members of the tennis team, women's tennis team, men's tennis team is in action tomorrow in the Region 23 tournament against Gulf Coast. That pitch missing low. Wish the best of luck to the men's tennis squad.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Metz this morning. He was getting his van and his petty cash and talking about good things facing Gulf Coast, and excited about the opportunity tomorrow.
1-2 pitch, lined out to right field. Bodie covered a lot of ground in a hurry, and a line out for Bragg for the first out of the inning. Men's golf team just missed out on the appearance in the Region 23 tournament, but Max King will be an individual that will represent ICC in the region tournament.
Max has had a tremendous freshman season for the Indians in golf.
So now with one out, this is going to bring Walker to the plate. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike.
Mr. Upton, we talk about it a good bit. You know, this is the 5th inning, and here's the leadoff hitter up for that 3rd time. That's a key you want as coaching-wise. That means you're getting several people on base to get to this point of the game, and 3rd time through is usually when you see a lot of adjustments by hitters.
Yeah, they've put more pitches on the pitcher. They've seen things. They kind of start to make adjustments. I've seen coaches talking on the side with the batters, kind of trying to figure out anything they can to make adjustments as they go here.
That pitch missing inside. 1-1 now is the count here to Walker.
I will say the umpire's been consistent on the outside part. He's given a little bit, but inside he's not giving a whole lot to either team. And you got to know that as a hitter what the umpire is giving you. Not just as a pitcher. We talk the pitcher what the umpire is giving you, but the hitter.
1-2 pitch on its way. All speed, grounder to Shands over at third. Low throw, but a nice dig. And a collision over there at first base. Nothing malicious, but a nice dig over there at first by AB.
Great dig there. Able to hold on, keep her foot on the bag in order to get the out before she fell forward.
Man, she did. She pulled that ball off the turf, off the dirt right there. And I tell you, I'm ready for us to go to that second bag.
Yeah, it needs to be
college.
done.
It needs to come on.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more collisions and things this season than we have normal. So I'm like you. I don't imagine it's not too far away from happening. So 2 outs now, and this is going to be Houston.
Now we have time from the third bases.
This is going to be one of those, what I talked about, we want to get back in the dugout and swing it after leaving the base loaded. Well, Northeast is going to take a little time. They're going to take a little offensive timeout here just to let their pitcher catch their breath and see if they can regroup. And as we talked about with their offense, you know, the inning's not over. They can score with 2 outs and get a rally going. But Ramsey has done a tremendous job for us. And, talking about the double bag, though, it
just makes sense.
It makes sense, and you've got it there now where, on the 4-year level, and usually we're a couple years behind them, but it's not like an extra person you got to have for reviews. We're not ever going to get to the review part where you got cameras and all that stuff. Because it takes long enough. Now, the SEC games is quick because it goes to Birmingham. They already got a crew watching them.
Right.
But the midweek games in baseball, softball take forever because the umpires have to run off the field and watch it and then come back. And I think they got snacks in that room or something. Sometimes it takes about 10 minutes to get back out of here.
I think the MACCC could just hire you, sit up here in Union County, and let all the video feeds come in. You could be the man to do all the replay calls.
If you're watching that many games, I wonder what they pay per game. That's going to be the key.
Is it per game or per review? Because
no, it needs to be per game, or either I'm going to get and talk to some umpires about, we're going to need some coaches too, some of my coaching buddies.
Yeah, get X amount of reviews.
Do not take any home with you, like timeouts in basketball and everything.
Yes.
You got to use all your reviews every game.
So this is Houston. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 now is the count here to the right fielder, Houston.
We talked about the hitters making adjustments, seeing her for the 3rd time, but your pitcher also maybe that was one of the best changeups Ramsey's thrown all day and had her way out front. But as we talked, she's been down 0-2, I think, every count. She's a pesky batter.
Swinging and a miss for strike 3. A clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning. And for the first time today, the Tigers go 3 up, 3 down, as that is the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Montgomery. We're going to take a timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled me over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
that's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
At Bank Okolona, consistency isn't just something we strive for. It's our way of doing business. One bank, multiple communities, consistently here for you. Find the branch nearest you at bankokolona.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the fifth inning. Still no score between ICC and Northeast. 8-9-1 batters due up, Shands, Snell, and Dawsey. There's a slow roller up the middle. Pitch across the way, and that's an out. And Shands, again, she popped up on the first pitch she saw, and then ground out 6-3 on the second pitch she saw. And we talked about it during the inning there. You got to be a little bit more patient at the plate right now if you're the Indians and see if you can't make Gant work, because she has struggled locating over the last inning or so as her pitches are being high. But as soon as I say that, she throws one right down the middle for a strike.
Dug out by the catcher there. I think she was helped out a bit by the catcher on that one.
We talked about Northeast has had a lot of base runners and left base runners and all that. We left 3 last inning, but if you look at it, this is our number 9 hitter, and Dawsey's about to come up, our leadoff hitter, for the 3rd time in the 5th inning. They only got through their 2-hole hitter, so we've had almost the same number of batters in this game as they have. We've caught up with them. Just got to be a little smarter at the plate.
Yep, that pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Snell, the shortstop. Indians got 2 hits today. This one popped up. Center fielder's going to be able to coast underneath it and get the out. So quickly 2 away. We've had a great pitching duel this afternoon here in this one. Indians with 2 hits, only 1 hit on the day for Northeast. And we flip it back to the top part of the lineup here. And Elena Dawsey for the Indians. She's 0 for 2, a ground out to third and a ground out to second. That was to end the third. Takes that pitch high and outside for a ball.
Now, y'all hear me say stats all the time, career, season stuff for our program. The center fielder, Bragg, is from Chandler, Arizona. I can tell you one thing, this program in ICC has never had a player from Arizona.
Never had a player from Arizona? Correct. Chelsea Lukin's family originally from Arizona.
They are originally from Arizona,
but
you're right.
Have a current ICC football player living in Chandler, Arizona, in Odie Armstrong.
Odie Armstrong, and where is he from?
He's from Vardaman, good old Calhoun County
yes,
fella.
Yes, he is.
Now, this is why you pay an SID so well. Who knows this kind of information?
That
can
guy
just
knows
provide it, knows the players, knows the history. That's why Gore's number
Odie's
1.
been playing some professional football for a while.
He played out there in Arizona, was really good. Now he's retired and is teaching. As there's a shot up the middle. And the 3rd hit of the day for the Indians.
Need that clutch 2-out hitting. And ICC going out quickly in the first 2 batters. Good for Dawsey to work that a little bit and then just drive one right through the through the pitcher's legs.
Yeah, good job, Dawsey. That's what you get 2-out rally right here, because we know Bodie's got, she's still new to the program, but, man, she is so athletic. Hit one in the gap right here, and Dawsey's tremendous speed. She can score.
Maybe keep talking about the great state of Arizona, if you will, as we have a break in the action. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guarantee Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Sam's Town Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's 2 outs and a runner at first here for the Indians. Long conversation going on here for Northeast as Bodie coming to the plate.
And Coach Connell he's not even talking to the pitcher. He's talking to the other 4 infielders and the catcher, because that's going to have to relate to what Dawsey being at first base. That's that, what if we do a fake bunt steal? How are we going to defend this? Are we going to just give up the base? Or, Indians have a lot of options here with 2 outs.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Bodie at the plate, a 2-sport star here at ICC, was a member of the women's basketball team. They do show bunt, pulls back, takes it for a ball, and they execute the steal as well. And Coach Kirk, you act like you coached a softball game before.
Yeah, they did where the second baseman covered, the shortstop went to third, and the third baseman came up. So if you did bunt, all you have is the first baseman on the right side. She's not able to field the bunt and touch first base. So they basically were just giving you that base.
That pitch on the outer edge for a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
Now, that's one of the few that I'm going to shake my head at. That looked a little bit out and down, but she's just going to have to overcome it. Maybe she'll make a mistake out over the plate for Emory here.
1-1 pitch, and this one's going to be fouled off. And the home plate umpire, he's been active today trying to catch foul balls. Well, he slung his counter that time. 1-2 is the count. I'll say this, on that last pitch, I'm going to have to agree with you on that, because very seldom do you see Coach Munson not overreact, but react to a pitch call. Well, that time she had a big-time reaction. Bodie hits this one. It's deep. It's back, and it's gone! A 2-run home run for Bodie!
She got a hold of that one. The wind has died down. That helped her. She just flew that one out right center. Gives ICC the big 2-0 lead over the rival Tigers.
Well, I guarantee you there's nobody cheering bigger right now than Robin Porter, her women's basketball coach, and now they're trying to challenge something as Coach Long is coming out to talk to the home plate umpire.
They might think she touched home plate or something happened at home plate. That's where they're wanting either the first. They were putting it once. I don't know if they're saying the first runner missed the home plate, but the home plate umpire definitely said he's got it. But I was about to say that
Dawsey did, because then she went back, picked up the bat to get it out of the way as well. So she clearly touched home plate.
That Bodie has 3 hits on the season. I mean, 3 of her 5 hits are extra base hits, and that adds another one that she just has that athleticism. If you can play 2 college sports, you got to be an athlete. And man, that's huge for a local Pontotoc Warrior coming in and hitting that right there. Now, like I said, that momentum. What about Dawsey getting that 2-out hit to let that happen?
Yeah, clutch situation there for the Indians. That first pitch to Fields a ball. She singled in her last at bat. Listed that one in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
We had said earlier in the inning these batters needed to be patient. That's exactly what Dawsey did, and even Bodie. She took that strike outside, then chased one that she fouled off, then got the one that she liked.
There's going to be a shot, but what a play over at third as she catches it right before it hits the ground. McKay, my goodness, have been so impressed with her play today, but ICC gets a 2-run home run off the bat of Bodie. They lead it 2-0 as we'll head to the 6th and be back with more right after this.
I stand alone with fire inside. This heart's a drum, I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins.
Welcome back. New life here in the ballpark. ICC finally breaks through with a 2-run home run off the bat of Emory Bodie. ICC leads it 2-0, and Coach Kirk, you talked about it, looking for that golden 2-out hit. Well, that one might be the biggest one so far in the freshman's career here for ICC.
Yes, two true freshmen coming through there with Dawsey and Bodie with 2 out hits.
And that's going to be a foul ball.
Fouled it off. I couldn't tell if she fouled it off herself or fouled it off Lynch, but he walked out to give somebody a little extra time.
See some of the women's basketball players over there. They were sitting on the party deck and had a reason to party that time with their their teammate hitting that 2-run home run to give ICC the 2-0 lead. Thought about it, and they're going to appeal, and I'm going to agree that she did not go.
Yeah.
1-1 is the count.
Looked like that barrel stayed back and didn't go across the home plate or get, break.
The hands went forward.
The front shoulder did, but
yeah,
the bat did stay back.
It did, and 3, 4, 5 right here. We're in the top of the 6th. This is the big part right here. For the Tigers, they're looking to see if they can cut into this lead.
So waiting the 1-1 here. This one lifted deep, but it's going to be foul. Boy, how quick are those hands? That pitch jammed her.
And that dog's got a long way to run because it's on the other side of the batting cage.
Yeah, rolling out
way
there,
out there.
almost out to the
Just now
golf
coming
course
back.
out there.
That's the reason why somebody's like, "Oh, glad the dog's here today."
No doubt. He's still trying to get back up here. He had to run a long way.
1-2 pitch. Liner right back at the pitcher, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Good answer by the Tigers with a leadoff single to start the 6th.
Yep, and that's what you want. You want one on because now everybody that comes up is going to be the tying run at home plate.
So a leadoff single by Skelton, and this will bring Shelton to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. She popped up in foul territory to third. Looks like we'll have a runner coming in this situation.
I believe it's going to be, I believe I heard number 9, Parchman's number yelled out from the home plate umpire.
And that's the second base hit, both singles for
Yes.
the Tigers. The first one since the second batter of the game.
That is correct. And Michael, you are correct on number 9 coming in to run. That is going to be Parchman. Maggie Parchman coming in to run. So no outs and a runner at first here for the Tigers. They trail it 2-0 after a 2-run home run by Bodie. This pitch popped up and off the awning and back into play. And so that'll go for strike 1.
Just the batter that the Tigers won up with 15 doubles, 5 triples, and 10 home runs. She took a home run cut at that pitch as well.
That pitch missing low. 1-1 now is the count. Here the Columbus Air Force Jets flying by as they do their routine training here.
That jet's moving too.
It is. Looking like a young Andy Kirk sprinting across the field. As that pitch fouled out of play. 1-2 now is the count. Or was that Adam?
That definitely, I don't think that's either one of us. We were not known for speed, that's for sure. Still not. It don't come with old age either.
No, not at all.
It's slower and slower. That's why I walk on the treadmill.
1-2 is the count here to Shelton. Pitch on its way and just missing on the outer edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and a runner at first here for the Tigers.
It's one of those I hear you say, Mr. Gore, a lot. That's a great pitch and even better take.
Yes.
Because that was in the river and she laid off of it. That was a pitcher's pitch that Ramsey was looking for the strikeout on.
2-2 pitch. All speed, lifted out to left field. Left fielder's running back and will make the play. Boy, Fields has been great out there in left today.
Absolutely. Adjusted to that one based on the wind, got over, got underneath it, and quickly fired it back in to keep the runner from trying to advance.
I tell you, when that ball was hit at first, I thought it was overhead. I thought it was going to have probably second and third, and that ball, she had to run so far that the runner at first wasn't able to tag up because she thought she was going to get by her, so she was already halfway.
So with 1 out now and a runner at first, this is going to bring McKay to the plate. That pitch high and outside for a ball, 1-0. She was robbed of an extra base hit and probably a couple of RBIs in the first on a great diving catch by Fields. And then she popped up in shallow right to be retired by Duhan in her most recent at-bat. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes it for a strike. 1-1 is the count.
CC really keeping a watch on Parchman down there. knowing how aggressive Northeast has been throughout the day with these base runners, throughout their entire season with base runners. Not taking anything for granted.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. This one popped up left side, getting over in foul territory. Fields giving chase and makes the play again. And Michael, you talked about on the previous play, the same thing there, had the wherewithal to quickly get that one back into second base to keep the runner over at first.
Absolutely. Both of those plays there, just the speed at which she gets that ball out of her gloves and fires it on a bullet to Duhan at second, covering, is really a big piece that can't go unnoticed.
Yeah, she got it out there so quickly. You almost have to give kudos to Duhan to be paying attention. So 2 away now, and this is Gant at the plate. Takes that pitch low and inside for a ball.
Tell you, this third time through, Ramsey's thrown more changeups than she did the first 2 times. She's doing a good job of adjusting and showing them something that they didn't see the first 2 times through the lineup. She's got the Tigers out front on those changeups.
0-1 pitch. Finds the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
And what that changeup does, it made that screwball look like it's about 75 coming in there. It makes it look faster than it actually is because it slows you down.
So waiting the 1-1 pitch here. Pulled foul, and now we'll go 1-2.
That's one of those defensive swings. I'm going to hit that ball because it's about to hit me. That curveball was running in on that left-hander, and she's tried to run that curveball in several times and missed. Hit one batter. And she's got some weak contact, but, hey, find a way to get out of it right here, Indians.
Count goes 1-2, 2 outs and a runner at first. Montgomery's pitch, inside and no, called a ball. One of those they were stealing anyway in case it was called strike 3, and they kind of framed the pitch, so an easy pass there for Skelton.
And that ball might have crossed the plate, but he's not giving the inside. He's been consistent, so I'll stay with him on that. And that's hard for the catcher to see the girl stealing, too, because it's left-handed batter.
2-2 pitch, and again, not giving it. And you said it, Coach. You know, the fans can fuss all they want about it, maybe in a few cussing, but he's been consistent all day on not giving that inside pitch.
The only ones that use 4-letter words are from Calhoun County now.
You're right. Awaiting the 3-2 pitch here. Montgomery delivers. Grounder to the shortstop, gets it, throw across the way, is in time for out number 3. So the Indians get around a leadoff single and a stolen base, and ICC still leads it 2-0, looking for some insurance runs. And, of course, we talk about those insurance runs. We talk about our State Farm insurance agent, Brandon Poland, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Back with more right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guarantee Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Guarantee Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 7th inning. Give a shout out to Noah Morgan running some video for us on the sideline. Former ICC men's basketball player turned into now teacher, DJ, and photographer. Jeremy Miller coming in today to take photos for us. Good to have Jeremy back home. As AB chases one on the inside there, third baseman comes over and gets it, and that is a big out there for Northeast.
That's exactly right. That's AB is, we've talked about all the home runs she's had, and she was after one right there, and that was a good curveball. It just ran in on her hands and just wasn't able to find the barrel. And both pitchers have been good today, except for the home run of missing barrels.
So 1 out, nobody on now, and that pitch is in there for a strike as this is Lynch. She was hit by a pitch, left stranded in the 4th, and flew out on a routine ball out to left in the 2nd.
Talking about former ICC students and being successful, I think I told y'all that I went to a basketball game, women's basketball game down at Mississippi State a few weeks ago. And Will Simmons.
Yes.
Got to talk with Will for a little bit. And before the game and emailed and back and forth and stuff. And text, super guy.
He recently had a birthday. Super proud of Will. He used to work with us in the sports information department. Now part of the Mississippi State women's basketball sports information team.
He does women's basketball and
golf?
Women's golf. Women's golf. That's right.
There's a ground ball. It's going to get through for a base hit.
Good job by Lynch right there. That was some kind of off-speed changeup floater, and she kept her hands back and hit it through that 6-hole.
Diving effort by the shortstop after it already kind of gotten past her. Not sure why she did, but putting the effort in. There's going to be a pinch runner going to come in for Lynch as well, being the catcher.
Yeah, and we'll have a new batter in as well. This is going to be Zoe Goodman coming into bat for Porter. And looks like that is going to be probably Partlow coming in to run for Lynch.
You're exactly right on both of those, Mr. Gore.
I've seen him play a few times this year.
Yeah, you can recognize him without seeing the numbers sometimes. Hey, talking about Will doing women's golf at Mississippi State, you know who their coach is down there, or who he's a husband of.
Help me out.
Allie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Charlie Ewing. Allie Ewing, golfer from here in Fulton, played professional for several years, very successful, and I think this is it for her. Last
recently
year,
retired.
Last year.
And going to just do some sponsorship type stuff when they do go back, but yes.
So this will be Goodman coming into the plate, and second time today that ICC has wore a pitch to the head. And
those high pitches from Gant throughout the day just kind of getting away there. Second time today, as you said.
I'm going to say this, that may not necessarily, I hate to say it, you never want to see anybody get hit in the head, of course, but Zoe has been really clutch for the Indians this season when they need a significant hit. She's been the one to step up for it. That may have not been a bad thing for Northeast.
She has been clutch. You're exactly right. Now we're going to need somebody else to be clutch here.
And this is going to be Duhan at the plate. Takes that first pitch high for a ball.
Trying to extend that lead before we go to the 7th inning. You got two sophomores up with Duhan and Shands on deck.
So 1-0 is the count. 1 out here. That pitch finds the zone for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Duhan.
And Duhan probably needs to look for something out over the plate after she's thrown a few inside there. And he's not giving the inside pitch, so look for something out away from you.
This one popped up, and it will get out of play. So 1-2 now is the count here to Duhan. She's 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center field. She was walked, stole a base, and then was left stranded. That was back in the 3rd inning. So she'll dig in with a 1-2 count. And that one runs inside, nearly hits her. 2-2 now is the count here to Duhan.
Yeah, that first plate appearance where she drew a 4-pitch walk, the first two were right above her eyes and just outside of her helmet.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that pitch up again. Now the count goes full at 3-2.
Tell you what I like about these rivalry games, too. We usually hear, there's always cheering at softball from both dugouts, but now you got the crowd, just that roar from the crowd.
So a big pitch coming here, 3-2. And she draws the walk, and ICC will load the bases for Ann Luke Thomas, who will come into bat in place of Shands in this situation. So ICC looking for some insurance runs. Bases loaded with 1 out here. They lead it 2-0, and as we mentioned, when we talk about those insurance runs, Michael, we talk about our good buddy Brandon Poland, our Itawamba County State Farm Insurance agent.
Indeed, Brandon will take care of you for home, auto, life insurance, all your needs. He's got a great team of folks there on South Adams Street in Fulton, and if you need anything, just give them a call. Let them, no pressure, just let them talk with you and see if they can find a way to help you.
Of course, I know State Farm, their color is red, but I always say look for the full house doors.
Absolutely.
The red door there on South Adams Street. That's where you can find Brandon there for all your insurance needs. So this is going to be Ann Luke Thomas coming to the plate for the first time today.
And Thomas Luke.
And Thomas Luke, thank you. It's all unique
We've
names.
done it all year, but we want to get it right.
I was like, I just wrote it down wrong again. And Thomas Luke.
AT.
AT.
That's why I've been trying to keep it in my head. AT.
AT. All right.
So she's getting her first at-bat here in game one. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike.
She is batting .323 on the year, has 20 hits, 6 doubles, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs for the Indians. So love to add on to that RBI total right here.
That pitch high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count.
Good job coming off the bench right there and not chasing that high pitch that Gant's been trying to get us to chase, but has been missing high all day. Just try to get something in the grass right here.
1-1 pitch. And that one high and outside. 2-1 now is the count.
Good effort there by Butler to try to frame that one back in, but definitely off the plate there.
The Tigers are playing their middles back, trying to turn double play and stuff. Everybody going home right here, which is interesting.
That's a little blooper over the head. Nope, nice adjustment. Now they're going to try to tag it up. No, they're going to reel her back in. Made her throw it. And they never know. If that ball gets away, then you can scamper home easily that time. As I want to say this, I thought that ball was over the head of the second baseman that time. Shelton, she kind of broke in before breaking back, but she did a great job of showing off that speed to get to it.
And that's the advantage of them playing back for the double play. If she's playing in the baseline, that's a base hit all day long.
There's going to be a grounder. Shortstop throws over, and another bases-loaded opportunity goes to waste here for the Indians, but they do lead it 2-0 here as we'll move now to the top of the 7th and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the top of the 7th inning. ICC leading Northeast 2-0 here in game one. And Montgomery will head back to the circle here, trying to go the distance to get the win against her former team here in game one. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up, Barry, Elliott, and Bragg. And, Andy, you talked about it. This isn't your typical 7, 8, 9 batters with this potent squad of batters for the Tigers.
Yep, and we're going to have to earn it. Ramsey's going to attack the strike zone, and we like to keep anybody off base so you can leave the time run on deck. Don't let anybody get on base where the time run comes to the plate here.
That pitch in there for a strike evens things up now at 1-1. Barry was hit by a pitch, stole a base, left stranded in the second, was robbed of a base hit on another outstanding play out in left field by Fields. So she is 0 for 1. That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Andy, you're in this situation as a head coach. You've got a pitcher facing her former teammates. What are you talking to your pitcher about in the exchange of innings there?
It's all about just one pitch at a time. Don't see the whole big picture. Just focus on small things like one pitch at a time right here. Get her out. Get this girl out.
That pitch missing for a ball. 3-1.
And you want the umpire to call strikes when you throw them over the plate and not squeeze you in the last inning, because that one's been strike pretty much all day. I'm sorry, I'm a little biased, but I'm just calling what I see.
Honest.
I'm being honest.
Ground ball that's going to get through for a base hit, and a nice job by the Tigers to get a single to start the inning from Barry. Her first hit of the day, third hit of the ball game for the Tigers. And now they do have that tying run coming to the plate.
And this is going to be a pinch hitter coming to the plate, Adam. This is number 20. Jaria Henry stepping up to bat in place of Elliott.
Yeah, she is a freshman infielder out of Columbus, Mississippi, went to New Hope High School. So she'll be digging in for her first at-bat here in Game 1.
She's not your typical pinch hitter coming in either with. No. Tell us about what she's got, Mr.
Batting .343, 22 runs, 35 hits, 10 doubles, 28 RBI. And that's coming off a bench. It tells you the depth of this Tiger lineup this year.
Yeah, she's got 5 home runs, so one swing, she can tie this game up right here. But, you know, as Indians, if she hits a ball on the ground, just get it out. Don't worry about 2.
First pitch across for a strike. That pitch missing high, 1-1 now is the count. Yeah, I think that's the key to it right now is if you're ICC, keep it simple. Don't try to do too much. Just make sure you make the play. 1-1 pitch on its way. This is a foul ball down the first baseline. Now the count will go 1-2.
That ball was hit off the cap when it had a lot of spin. It's still spinning when Bodie picked it up in right field. Yeah, you know, everybody gets all uptight in the last inning, but you got to get these 3 outs and win, lose, whatever. But the whole game's like that. The first inning is just as important as the last inning, and you just got to keep playing it batter by batter, out by out. Not worry about the big picture, win or lose, just get outs right here for the Indians.
So 1-2 now is the count. Montgomery getting set to deliver. And she went strike 3.
Fourth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Ramsey Montgomery.
A clutch one there for Ramsey for out number 1. Runner still at first.
Can't relax, though.
Yeah.
This lineup, but that is huge strikeout.
This is Bragg coming to the plate, as we said, not your traditional 9-hole hitter. As she can pretty much do it all in this situation. Takes that first pitch and a rare pitch on the inside called a strike.
I was about to say, you said it perfectly, rare. That's not been his forte to call that particular pitch.
So 0-1 is the count. There is 1 out. Runner at first. Grounder up the middle. It's going to sneak through for a base hit. That was one of those Montgomery just kind of took a snap at with her glove, and it was blistered right by her. And now the Tigers with the go-ahead run coming to the plate.
Yep, that's only their 4th hit of the game, and first time they've had 2 hits in the same inning.
Correct.
With that last strikeout, Ramsey's at 181 strikeouts, which is 4th place for career strikeout. She's 1 behind Madison Jenkins, 182 for 5th place.
So she'll dig in with 1 out. Runners at first and second. A fastball with a lot of extra zip on it that time. Finds the corner for strike 1.
Walker, the shortstop, 0 for 3 on the day, a pair of flyouts, and then grounded out to third, her last plate appearance.
One thing you know about this series, they're never going to give you anything. You got to earn it right here. You got to earn the outs, you got to earn the hits, you got to earn the runs. Both ways it goes, but it's going to be tough right here with the lineup they've got, and this is the 4th time for your leadoff and number 2 hitters coming up.
1-1 is the count after that last pitch, missing for a ball. Montgomery getting set to deliver the pitch here. And that one, Montgomery keeps flirting with that outer edge, and the umpire give it to her sometimes he won't.
I thought the first pitch was a ball, but that one was a strike.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of a makeup
call.
I
think it kind of just evened back out.
So 2-1 now is the count. Montgomery slings that one low for a ball. Now 3-1 is the count.
She's trying to get that ground ball. She's really working some curve balls and drop balls down, trying to get her to beat in the ground, because you do have the go-ahead runs out the plate now. But 3-1, you're just going to make a play defensively here for the Indians.
3-1 pitch on its way. That one runs in there for a strike. Not a bad take, especially after the last 2 have kind of just been off there that time. And now the count goes full at 3-2, so now Walker going to have to guard the dish here. Boy, it'd be a prime time for that 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game here. Instead, a grounder, and that's going to be an easy play because the runner did not go from second to third. I guess she forgot the runner was at first, or
maybe so.
Maybe just trying to make ICC overthink at that time. Fielder's choice. and that was 6-5 on the putout.
You're being awful nice there, Mr. Gore. Yeah, I think she just forgot. I don't think she's trying to decuss because the reaction of their coaches of you got to run.
Yeah, I was trying to protect the kid because I make a lot of those what I call, and maybe the first time you ever hear this on a broadcast, brain farts quite often. And
you said it. I thought that was on the edge of my tongue.
Yeah,
But I didn't know if we could say that on air.
Well, we probably can't, but we just did.
Hey.
Good thing is we're on the internet, so.
That's right. 2 out, so you still got to earn it here for the Indians.
Off-speed pitch hangs up high, evens things up now at 1-1 here. This is Houston at the plate. She singled in the first, flew out to left, and struck out to end the fifth. And she's working with a 1-1 count. Tying run at first base here for the Tigers. 2 outs here in the inning. Indians trying to find that third and final out. And it's going to hit her. No, they're going to say stay put.
Yep, she stuck
Same as before.
Stuck that elbow out.
That other batter.
I think it was her.
I'm one of those bifurcated crowds.
She's the one that has 13 hit by pitches on the year, and
yes, he did bring her back before.
She's brought her back before, and
same player.
And I don't know if she's over the plate, but it looked like her elbow kind of flinched, like it went towards it instead of going away from it. And you're not able to intentionally get hit.
Not want to discuss it with Coach Long.
Said his word to Coach Long, walked away, and Coach Long came back to talk to him. He just said, for lack of anything in the modern day age, we can throw it back. He said, talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand. He sure did. Now they're going to have an offensive timeout there to talk. But, you do not have to get out of the way of the ball in softball. And the difference in softball, baseball, is that ball can roll up there and hit you, and it counts as a hit by pitch. But you get intentionally not able to flinch or go towards the ball, and that's what he's calling is a little bit of lean into the elbow guard. And we didn't do that back when I played because we didn't have no elbow guards. And it hurts if you get hit. They call it the funny bone, and I've never understood that because there ain't nothing funny about getting hit in the elbow.
About that at all. So the count will go 1-2 here.
And you like this situation for the Indians having 2 strikes on the batter, but we've seen her battle all game. She has been a tough out, Houston has. And we did get the strikeout last time, but it's she's going to be a tough out here. And you're just looking for that one more out, Indians.
So waiting the 1-2 pitch here. It's in the dirt, blocked up beautifully that time by Lynch to keep the runners at first and second.
And Chans was quickly to third base to cover just in case a throw needed to be made. So ICC's defense staying sharp here in this high tense situation.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Indians looking for the exit to pick up the win here in game 1. Pitch on its way, and no. Montgomery and everybody who's supporting the red and blue thought that was strike number 3, but the home plate umpire says, no, I like a little bit of drama in my softball. And we're going to go to 3-2 now. It's the count with 2 outs. Tying run is at first here in the top of the 7th.
Runners on the pitch.
Ground ball, shortstop gets it. Throw across the way is in time, and the Indians win it by the final score of 2-0 here in game 1 over the Tigers. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this here on the ICC Sports Network. instant replays here in game one. Your final line unofficially: 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for ICC. No runs, 4 hits, no errors. Northeast falls to 34-11 on the season, 11-10 in conference play. ICC improves to 32-11, 14-7 inside conference play as well. This is the Renaissance Bank post-game report. A big win there for the Indians in game one. And guys, let's go ahead and be talking about it right now. We got to pick our Renaissance Bank star of the game, and we'll let you guys kind of talk amongst yourselves and see who is our star of the game.
All right, well, I'm going to go with Ramsey Montgomery for the shutout. I mean, there's a couple of hitters we can probably throw in there because we had the 2 out hits. I mean, with Dawsey and then the big bomb, with Bodie right there to get you 2 runs. But, I mean, Ramsey throws up a 0. I mean, the Tigers didn't give anything. They had 0 errors. Exactly. Only 9 hits between the 2 teams, and we talked about all their first and second and so many offensive stats, and to go out there and only give up 4 hits is amazing for what Ramsey Montgomery did
and
today.
As you said, in this high-pressure situation against your former teammate, going up against your former roommate as well at the plate, all those things come into factor. Keep cool, pitch your game, work around 1-hit batter and a couple walks, and not allow them to really put any damage out there. Is a testament to Ramsey.
I'm going to throw another one out there for another chance at a Samstown Market star of the game. Even though he's left the room, I'm going to call him our lucky rabbit's foot. Buddy Wayne came by and said hi for a second, and that's, I think, the second time that Buddy Wayne's been back to a game that ICC has won. So I'm going to throw a Samstown Market co-star of the game to my good buddy Buddy Wayne coming in there. You guys seeing some of those highlights here for the game. ICC wins it by the final score of 2-0. I had Dawsey with a hit, Bodie with that 2-run home run, Fields with a hit, Martyr with a hit, Lynch with a hit, and then it was Houston with a hit, Skelton with a hit, Barry and Bragg each with a hit for the Tigers. ICC wins it by the final score of 2-0. Well, Coach, a very emotional, high, tense game there. You got to turn around now in less than 30, 45 minutes, get ready to do it again.
That is the tough part about it is, you'd like to relax and say, whoo, we can go home, we're done. But no, you're not. This game is just as important as that first game. And I think we talked a little bit about, but I don't know if we really, put it into context that these 2 teams coming into that game were only separated by two games in the loss column in the conference. And Northeast still got a little work to do is where they want to get to, but that really sets them back again now, and that pushes ICC up there where Coach wants to be in that top 5 and, solidifies that for us a little bit. But you got to get this game.
Yes.
Northeast, if they can win game 2, they'll say, all right, split's not that bad on the road, but you got to take care of your home territory, your home field, and Indians just got to have that intensity. You got to come out in this first inning and see what we can do.
Ramsey Montgomery improves to 12-8 on the season. Sophie Gant falls to 14-3. Well, that's going to do it for the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Normally, this is when we cut down the broadcast, but instead, we're going to keep it with you. We got a special interview with Ramsey Montgomery for the ICC hour earlier this season, so we want to let that be kind of your entertainment in the exchange of innings. It won't be able to full time, but we do encourage you to go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. Simply search Let's Go ICC on YouTube. So we'll take a break and go to that interview now here on the ICC Sports Network.
It started with stepping out and discovering what you're capable of. Planning your future while learning, serving, and getting a real collegiate experience. Because the place you start can change everything. Itawamba Community College. You belong here.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled it over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
that's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Welcome into the ICC Hour presented by Renaissance Bank. I'm your host, Adam Gore, and I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your Tuesday afternoon to join us here on Super Talk 101.9 FM. As you know, this year we've been celebrating 20 years of telling the stories of our students, faculty, and staff who help make Itawamba Community College such a special place, while also sharing the memories, the moments, and the milestones that have helped shape ICC throughout the years. Now on today's show, we'll visit with Ramsey Montgomery, a pitcher on ICC's nationally ranked softball team and a student in the college's nationally recognized OTA program. Now, if you're a current or former student athlete, you'll appreciate Ramsey's perspective on balancing the demands of college athletics and life away from the field. And if you've been through or you're currently going through the OTA program here at ICC, you'll also connect with her journey there as well. Joining us for that conversation will be ICC head softball coach Carson Owens. And now, what a time it is for this conversation. The Indians, who were ranked number 14 by the time we recorded the show, are coming off a 4-1 win over the number 1 team in the country on Friday when A.B. Marler delivered a walk-off 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th inning to seal the victory. I do encourage you to visit letsgoicc.com, or you can follow us on TikTok at Let's Go ICC to see that home run and a special moment there for the softball team beating the number 1 team in the country on Friday. Before we get to that conversation, however, I do want to remind you that orientation sessions for the upcoming fall semester are now underway here at ICC. Itawamba Community College has open registration for Orientation 2026. It's a required and free experience designed to help incoming freshmen get ready for a strong start to their academic career. Orientation gives new students important information about things like academic programs, advising, financial aid, campus resources, and student life. Students will have the opportunity to meet faculty and staff members. They'll also receive guidance on course registration, and they'll get a clear understanding of what to expect when they begin their career here at ICC. Parents and guardians who attend will also take part in a special session that's designed just for them. They'll get information on academic expectations, student support services, and they'll also get ways to stay involved throughout their students' college experience. The 2026 orientation schedule includes a 21-plus ACT honors session tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the Fulton campus. Now, there's also going to be other Fulton campus sessions available as well. The first one will be on Friday, April the 17th at 8:30 and 1 p.m. Then also on Friday, April the 24th at 8:30 and 1 p.m. And then Tuesday, June 9th, you've probably guessed it, at 8:30 and 1 p.m., Wednesday, June 10th, and Wednesday, July 15th, both those also at 8:30 and 1 p.m. on the Fulton campus. There'll be 2 sessions available on the Tupelo campus, and those will be offered on Thursday, June 11th at 1 p.m. and Tuesday, July the 14th, also at 1 p.m. All first-time freshmen are required to attend one orientation session, and there's no cost to participate. Now, students may register online at iccms.edu/orientation. Say that one more time for you, iccms.edu/orientation. Now, if you got questions, you can get those answers by emailing orientation@iccms.edu. One more time, that's orientation@iccms.edu. Now, this is the important part. Space is limited for each session. So the sooner you register, the better off you'll be at getting the session that you want. So I do encourage you, if you haven't registered, do it right now. Well, do it after the show. Unless you're driving, don't do it as you're driving either. Get to a safe place and make sure you register for orientation here at ICC. Again, you can visit iccms.edu for more information of what's going on here at Itawamba Community College and keep up with all things athletics by visiting letsgoicc.com. When we come back, we'll have our conversation with Ramsey Montgomery here on the ICC Hour, being presented to you by Renaissance Bank.
Are you looking for a place
that creates lifelong friendships? A place that feels like home.
A place that drives you to new opportunities.
that teaches you skills to improve?
A place that sets the standard.
That challenges you to be better every day.
A place full of opportunity.
We are that place. We are Itawamba Community College, and you belong here.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
"What's next?"
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
I wish we could get a stuffed crust pizza at a great price.
Get Little Caesars' new large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49.
Look at that delicious crust.
Talk about more bang for your buck.
What did you say? Deal Deer hates two things: bad pizza deals and deer puns.
He's fine. And $9.49 new large stuffed crunch crust is the lowest price in stuffed crust. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
That's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. As always, the ICC Hour is being brought to you by our friends over at Renaissance Bank. They are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. Well, if you know me, a lot of people come up and say, Gore, you're one of the hardest working, most busy people that I know. Well, I say that because you don't know Ramsey Montgomery. She makes me look extremely lazy, and we're going to find out more about her today as she's our guest on the show. Ramsey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Also joining us is Coach Carson Owens, the softball coach here at ICC. And, Coach, appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So we're going to start with Coach, kind of let him warm up in the bullpen. So, Coach, real quick, tell us about Ramsey here with the softball team.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have Ramsey. Number one, she's an outstanding human being, which is, what we try to recruit in our program. But number two, she's an outstanding player as well. She's an All-American. She is the NJCA leader in strikeout. She's the MAC leader in strikeout. She's the MAC leader in ERA. She's top 10 in the country in ERA. And all of those numbers are not even comparable to what she does off the field as well. I think we're going to kind of get into it a little bit, but she's an all-star student, a 4.0 student, as well as in our OTA program, as well as she is graduating in May with an associate's degree. We'll graduate next May from the OTA program, and we'll also graduate with a degree in 4 years from Ole Miss as well. I mean, she's a well-rounded individual on the field, off the field, and we are just very lucky to have her in our program.
So this is starting my 17th year here at ICC, and I have been trying to figure out how to find 28, 29 hours in a day. Ramsey, how have you done it? I know it's very tough to talk about yourself, so I'll give you that. But, we'll talk a little bit more about the academic side. But, as a student athlete, you're extremely busy. You have high expectations as a student athlete. But when you're in the OTA program, those also meet. But just sort of talk about life as a student athlete here at ICC.
So life as a student athlete, especially being in an OTA program, is very busy. But I look at it as being very fortunate to be able to have my schedule be that busy. And so something that I always try to do is when I'm not on the softball field, I try to get my classes done, get as much schoolwork as I can. But when I come to softball, I try to put that aside. And it's almost like I have like two lives, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I have like my school life and then softball life. And I try not to mix them. I try to completely, throw what happened at school away when I get on the softball field. And when I'm at school, I try to only think about school. So I try to really balance them the best that I can.
How do you do that? Because I that's something I struggle with. Whenever I go home, I always say I'm leaving work at work. but it always follows me home. So how do you manage to be able to have that separation?
I try to just try to like better myself in each of them every day. So when I'm at school, obviously that is my number one priority. My parents have always taught me that school is first in my life. So I really focus a lot on school and do as much as I can when I'm not on the field, like I said earlier. But when I am on the field, I try to better myself in that area too. And I think they've both, with me trying to balance them, almost help each other because I know that I have limited time to study. So I know that when I am studying, I have to really be serious and focus. And then also it's a lot of sacrifice. I have to sacrifice a lot of my weekends, a lot of my afternoons, a lot of late nights, early mornings, getting up to study and the time that I do have.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. You know, I find whenever I'm more busy is whenever I'm able to lock in and get stuff done. You know, so I totally relate to you on that end of things. So, but you know, you talk about that, but also as a student athlete, time away, and as a student, time away is very important. Do you take time to do that, or what do you take time to basically stop and focus on Ramsey instead of softball or academics?
So I always take time in the day, either in the mornings or at night, depending on whichever works best for my schedule that day. But I always take time to get in my Bible and read, do a Bible study, have some quiet time with myself and the Lord, because that is my number one priority in life. That's my main focus in life. And I know that if I don't have that, I don't have either school or softball. And I know that I would never be as successful as I am in either one of them without him. So that's kind of how I choose to better myself and not focus on either one and try to spend my, I guess you could say, leisure time that I do have doing that. I like to participate in a lot of things, though. Like I've been going to the BSU some. I've been trying to get involved as much as I can. And we have to do a lot of service hours also. So giving back to the community, focusing on something else other than myself, but also getting in my word and reading my Bible. That's one of my top priorities every day.
That's awesome, and it is also a great way to stay focused in that sense. So let's talk a little softball before we talk academics. Having a great year here at ICC, coming off a great year at that other school, and you made the right decision coming over here the second time. No, I'm kidding. But as a student athlete, you know, people don't realize the work that goes into being a student athlete. But what is it that's working for you this year that's helped you be so successful?
I think, like I said, just leaving school off the field, and when I'm on the field, just really focusing on getting better. I know it's my last year playing softball, and so I'm trying to soak in every single moment I can and make the best of every situation and every moment that I have. And then also my teammates I've really been able to lean on them. They know how, I guess, crazy my life has been and how busy I am, and they've truly poured into me, and they love me and they give me everything they have every day. So I know when I show up to the field that I have to give them everything that I have as well.
Coach, let's talk about it from your perspective. Obviously, she's got standards she's got to meet to be part of the team. But at the same time, you know, I mean, heck, you can't ask much more out of anybody for what she's given right now. How do you handle that as a coach?
Yeah, I think it helps knowing that she's going to do all the right things. She does the right things on the field. She does the right things off the field. Communication is the biggest thing. Like I think pretty much every day are in constant communication. If she has a late lab, then she's going to be there at the lab. If she has community service hours, then she's going to do that. Obviously, school comes first in our program too. But I think the coolest thing about ICC is everybody here works great together. Obviously, me and Ramsey work great together too. But obviously, the OTA program too works great. Dr. Didi Lomanick is phenomenal. She is a phenomenal human, but she's been phenomenal at helping us get the best of both worlds, like Ramsey talked about, making sure that we're able to do our stuff that we need to do with OTA, but also able to come and be a part of softball too. And, you know, something that Ramsey doesn't really talk about is she also is a part-time fisher. You know, like she's gotten into fishing here recently. She's the best grittier on our team, the best dancer. If you ask anybody on our team who's the best at that, they'll say Ramsey. So you want to talk about everything that she does. She also brings all of that to our team too. You know, a lot of sunshine. Every day when she walks in the dugout, I think all of our team usually says, "Hey Rams," and we'll yell and say, "Hey Rams," and she says, "Hey back," and we say, "How was class?" or anything like that. And she'll tell us some of the wildest stories of who she's dealt with that day, if it's a guest speaker or something like that has come in. And so it's really awesome to hear it from a different perspective, and hear something that goes on in somebody else's day other than the normal. You know what I mean? And so she gets to practice after going through clinicals or going through whatever she's doing school wise. I think you're in school until about 3:30 pretty much every day, and then she'll come to practice and then finish practice, pitch for us, and come out and get everything she's got. So it's a really special thing to see, but it takes a really special person to do that. And so that's what Ramsey is, not only for our program, but for everybody.
So talk about the growth you've seen as her as a player from day one with the program to up to today.
Yeah, from a player's perspective, you know, when she came in here as an All-American. That literally led all of the stats that I mentioned earlier last year as well. So the biggest thing that we talked about is how we're going to be different. What are we going to add on to make last year Ramsey and this year Ramsey different? And so we sat down and I had a notebook like the very first day she got here, and I was like, what do you want to do? What do you want to get better at? So on and so forth. And then it's my job as a coach to really help her grow in those areas, especially playing wise. And so I feel like we've done a couple different things, maybe mechanically and pitching wise, that have make her give a different look than it normally does, especially because she threw over 200 something innings last year. So we've got to make sure that we're mixing it up a little bit and giving it a different look. But then number two, as a person wise, Ramsey's a great person. Ramsey was a great person when she came into our program, and she's going to be a great person when she came out. And so my biggest thing is just being there to support her and making sure that she knows that she has constant support, not only from me, from our whole team. You know, I think that that's something that somebody, especially in Ramsey's shoes, needs a lot of, is just making sure that they know, number one, they're loved and they're valued in every aspect. They're loved as a person, but they're also loved as a player, you know? And that's something that our program is really intentional about. And so I think that's been the biggest area where I, as a coach, I feel like that's my job, number one, but number two, I need to be intentional about it, because she's not only giving everything to our program on the field, but she's giving everything to our program off the field and helping represent us in the very best way possible. So she needs the best from us. She needs the best from myself, from Coach Monta, from our teammates. And so does everybody in our program. And so that's what we strive to do. And that's what I strive to do every day.
Are you looking for a place
that creates lifelong friendships? A place that feels like home.
A place that drives you to new opportunities.
that teaches you skills to improve?
A place that sets the standard.
That challenges you to be better every day.
A place full of opportunity.
We are that place. We are Itawamba Community College, and you belong here.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
I wish we could get a stuffed crust pizza at a great price.
Get Little Caesars' new large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49.
Look at that delicious crust.
Talk about more bang for your buck.
What did you say? Deal Deer hates two things: bad pizza deals and deer puns.
He's fine. And $9.49 new large stuffed crunch crust is the lowest price in stuffed crust. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
that's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
We're talking with Ramsey Montgomery and Coach Carson Owens. A true example of a student athlete is Ramsey, and I know it probably feels really awkward with us talking with you about this here, but we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit. Let's take a look at your day. We're talking about the classes that you're in, practicing. So at what time of the day, I guess it might depend, when did your day start?
So this fall we had 6 a.m. weights, so my day started bright and early at 6 a.m. or I guess you say 5:30.
And she loved it. Let me tell you, she was the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed every morning at 6 a.m. ready to get to work.
So this fall my day started at 5:30 a.m. because we had to be to weights early. But then after that, this spring it now starts around. I have to get up and study. So a lot of times I get up and study around 6 every morning. But then I stay in the dorm, so I leave the dorm, head to Tupelo around 7:30 because our classes don't start till 8:30 there. Go to class. We usually have 2 classes that morning, maybe 3, and then a lab that lasts pretty long. Sometimes lab is learning different skills that we need to know as therapists, and then sometimes lab is we actually go out to different places and work with real patients and see real people. And then I leave school at around 3:30. So I go to school from about 8:30 to 3:30 every day. Leave school, come straight here. Softball practice. I try to come straight there and change as fast as I can. And then softball practice from about, I guess I get there around 4 and practice until practice ends. And then leave there, go back, maybe eat supper, start studying again, get as much work as I can done. And then, like I said, I try to always take at least a few hours for myself because that's a necessity right now. So
Absolutely. That mental health side of it, big time there. So take us through classes. People think classes, oh, you just sit there, you take notes, you take a test, you're done. That's not the case for you. So tell us kind of an overall view of your classes.
So our classes, we do have a lot of classes. I'm in 21 hours right now with the program, 23 because I'm taking a class online. But our classes are very rigorous. We sit and listen to lecture every day. Sometimes in lab, we're obviously learning different stuff. We have check-offs. I know that's really common in nursing, but we call them check-offs, and we have to check off on different skills, and it's kind of like a pass-fail system almost, so those are important. We have a lot of tests each week, maybe about 3 or 4. So every week you're having to study for at least 3 tests probably. And then a lot of presentations and stuff, and then going out, like I said, to work